What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome back to another video. As you can see from the title, today's video, we're going to talk about how you can invest $1,000 and earn a passive income. So let's do it. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Nick and I created this channel with the goal of making personal finance and investing as simple and as easy as possible so we can all understand it, and maybe it can help you on your journey as well. So before we get to talking about how to invest $1,000 and earn a passive income, a couple things I want to get out of the way first. And number one, when it comes to investing, it really doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, you can have more than $1,000, you can have less than $1,000. The fact of the matter is, as long as you just start, that's the main thing here, right? So the most powerful thing with investing is compounding. So to take advantage of compounding, you really only need time. So the earlier you start investing, the more wealthier you will be at the end of the day. So to all of the late teens, early 20s people out there that watch this video, the sooner you start investing, the wealthier that you're going to be. And it doesn't matter, even if you're in your 30s, you still can start investing, and by the time you get to retirement age, you can have a very healthy nest egg there. So it's just a matter of starting building good financial habits, because when it comes to building wealth, it's really about making good financial habits consistently, and that is what is going to build wealth for you. So start investing, develop some good financial habits, continue those financial habits and be consistent with them, and then you will get the wealth that you are looking for. And the other thing, before you start investing, if you don't have emergency money set aside, and I know I say this in a lot of videos, but there's no point investing if you don't have emergency money set aside. So rather than investing $1,000, keep that $1,000 aside for a rainy day, because you never know what life is going to throw at you. Rather than relying on a credit card, or rather than relying on a personal loan to get you out of trouble, use the $1,000 cash that you have to get you out of any sticky situation that you find yourself in. And lastly, if you have debt, there's no point investing your money unless you pay down the debt, because once you factor in the interest you earn on the investment versus the interest you pay on the debt, more often than not, the debt is going to be costing you a lot more money even after you make money on the investment. So when you net at the end of the day, you're losing money, so you might as well pay down the debt, get rid of it, and then you can start investing. All right, so the first way to invest $1,000 and earn a passive income is through bonds. Now you can do this through a company bond, you can do this through a government bond. Now, government bond is a far safer way of investing your money, but essentially what you do is you give the government a loan, which is basically your money. In return, they pay you an interest rate or a coupon rate over the period that the bond is valid for. Now, they can last for different amounts of time. Once the bond matures, you then get your money back. And then obviously you've been earning interest that whole way, which is the passive income. So in the example we can see here is an Australian government bond. The coupon rate is 5.5%. So if you were to invest $1,000, these bonds are worth $116.50. So you'd basically get around 8 of these bonds at a 5.5% coupon rate. You would be earning roughly around $51 passive income every year until the bond matures, and then you get your money back. A very good, clean, easy way of earning passive income, government bonds. The second way of investing $1,000 and earning a passive income is through dividend paying stocks. So basically, for owning a very small percentage of a company, you get a small share of the profit. Now, it's a very small share of the profit. This is known as a dividend payout. They usually pay these every 4 to 6 months, depending on where you are in the world. But as you can see in this example here, Bank of New York currently has a dividend yield of 3.57%. So basically what that means is for every $100 you invest here, you're gonna get $3.57 back at the end of each financial year, which is again pretty cool. Obviously not groundbreaking, but this is again money like your money's working for you. You're not having to do a single thing except for the initial investment, and then you're earning these dividend payouts, which is pretty cool. Another way of earning passive income, dividend paying stocks. The third way of investing $1,000 and earning a passive income is through real estate investment trusts. Now, this is essentially like buying a stock in a property. So what these REITs do, or these real estate investment trusts, is they pull funds from investors and then they go out and purchase properties. Now, they'll usually stick to a particular property type. Like, for example, they might buy a shopping center, or they might stick with office buildings. But what they do is they go out and pull funds from investors, they buy these properties, and then they would pay the investors a dividend based on the profit of that particular property. So these are a good way of investing if you would like to get into property, but you don't quite have a deposit to buy your own. These real estate investment trusts are a good way of getting into the property market without actually buying a physical property yourself. You're essentially buying a very small portion of these properties. Now, REITs are extremely dangerous investments. There are a lot of them out there. I personally wouldn't invest any of my money into these REITs. So please, before you invest in these, make sure you do your research and you know exactly what types of properties these REITs are going to buy. You know all of the terms and conditions before investing your money in these asset classes. Please, REITs are dangerous, but you know, they're not all bad. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. All right. I don't want to scare you, but just saying, like, be careful. You know what I mean? It's like with all the investments here, just be careful. Do your research, know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and you know, that's it. You'll be fine. So the fourth and final way of investing $1,000 is through index funds. Now, this is legitimately my absolute favorite, and this is where I would put my money, because you're basically buying a collection of stocks. So you'll have a small portion of everything. So for example, an index fund that you buy into might track the ASX 200. So you're essentially buying these top 200 companies and you have a small portion of these 200 companies. So it's a great way to diversify your portfolio. It's very stable, very consistent. Now, these index funds generally beat most hedge fund managers around the world consistently. Now, again, with these index funds, you would receive a dividend, much like a dividend paying stock, every 4 to 6 months, again, depending on where you are in the world. But a very good, stable, consistent way of earning a passive income is through index funds. So the final way in which you can invest $1,000, and this isn't necessarily going to pay you a passive income right away, but down the line, long term, you could potentially have uncapped earnings, and that is investing in knowledge. And what I mean by that is, you know, you can be buying books, courses, seminars, personal development in the areas of life that you're really, really interested in. Because if you can find something that you're passionate about and that you genuinely love doing, you know, you can start a side hustle, a business, whatever it is, and then over time, that can be replacing your income that you're getting now. So investing in knowledge, one of the most powerful things you can do. So that is how to invest $1,000 and earn a passive income. That's all we have time for today's video. I appreciate you watching, stopping by the channel. Until next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Take care. I'll catch you soon.